Jai Hind everyone, welcome back to the Patriotic IS Gorakhpur. We will start our daily current affairs. Before we will start our daily current affairs, those who are going to appear in 2025 UPSC prelims, for them and those who are living around Gorakhpur and want real-time experience of UPSC prelims, we are conducting a test series program. The name of test series program is the Antim Prahar. Already we have conducted one of the tests on this Sunday, 4th of May. The timing was 9:30 to 11:30 and 2:30 to 4:30 for CSAT. Those who want to appear further in the next session, next test, that will be conducted on 11th of May. So you will have the real-time experience, and the cost for this test will be 200 rupees only. It will be conducted in the live offline mode, and here our address for joining the test Antim Prahar will be this is the second floor KB Tower, Parleganj Road, Gorakhpur. For any question or any doubt or any query, you can contact us at our contact number, that is, I will write it here, 99. You can write down 9971932488. This is the number, 9971932488. So you can contact and you can get a real-time experience of UPSC prelims before UPSC actual examination. So let us start today's discussion. We will start with GS paper 1. The first topic that we are going to take is from the caste census. This is talking about, okay, before that there is the one picture. It is on the 9th May picture, and this is for the 80th anniversary of the end of the Second World War. So it was Russia that announced the end of Second World War on the 9th May, and this is celebrated at the end of the Second World War. You should also remember that the 1 May is celebrated at the Labor Day. So two things you should remember. Now the caste census present both challenge and opportunity. So this is the caste census that has since 1931, this will be the first time that we are going to conduct the caste census, mainly for the OBCs. Already we had the SCs, STs, and on the religious ground there was the column for the previous census, but this census we are going to include the OBCs. So what could be the benefit and what could be the drawback? So here you will see that the demand for the creamy layer to eliminate economically better off section, and for the subcategorization, this is possible by this new census. Okay, you will see that the previous, it was the Justice G. Rohini Commission completed a study in 2023, and it was for the subcategorization of SCs, particularly for the OBCs, not for the SC, STs. For SC, STs, still we do not have any such counting, but we have already judgment from the Supreme Court. So here you should remember Justice G. Rohini Commission, and this is associated with the subcategorization within this OBC class. But this has been not accepted. There has been so much opposition on this on the ground of empirical data. Okay, so caste grouping is still play a vital role in the political and social life, and we have seen that this is very much clear and very much deepened after 1990s when the BP Singh announced for the OBC reservation. Here you will see that the previous socio-economic caste census, this was conducted in 2011, and it recorded 46 lakh of the different castes. You can imagine. So these were the discrepancies because of the previous caste census has not been accepted. Now, no complete repository of the all caste beyond the SCs, STs, and OBCs has been there. And here you will see that the classification of communities at the caste, tribe, and socially education backward class is still subject to litigation in the High Court. So this is the drawback. So whenever there will be the number of the caste, number of religious and the socially and economically backward caste census, there will be the so many claims that coming from the different societies on the sections. For example, Maratha communities, Patel, and there was Jat Jat protest, all those who are demanding for their inclusion in the different categories. Here you will see that there are countless petitions that result into the pending and backlog of the judiciary. So these are the things that are the drawback. The decision to conduct caste enumeration could help build a national consensus, because now we saw that opposition was asking for the caste census. Now the party that is in the government, that is the BJP, is also ready. So here you will see that at least there is the consensus building. However, there has been the controversies in the recently we have seen that the caste census as the state level, it was from the Bihar, then it was from the Karnataka, and later it was from the Telangana. Non-BJP government, they started demand and they themselves start conducting at their state level. However, they have been questioned and there has been so much protest and the pending litigations on these caste census as well. So these are the things that you should know. So such consensus will preserve the integrity of the data and keep it beyond the reproach. Okay. Here you will see that the implication of the caste enumeration. Here a different condition, different area has been discussed. So here you will see that mainly there will be you will see that with time subaltern communities demanded education and the political rights. So here it has been mentioned that how there has been the rise of the caste and the caste census demand has been focus point of the different communities. It was not natural, because previously we have seen that this caste from the SCs, STs and OBC, they have been marginalized. They have not been given role into the governance, administration, education and the trade and businesses. But as they grown, they educated, they got the education, they started demanding for their own rights, and they started demanding their rights into the political arena. Political arena means representation, and we saw that this was started even during the British era. So here you will see that the intensification of this caste census that was intensified particularly after rise of Dr. Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar, so much educated, he thought that the education should be the central point. We saw that previously even Jyotiba Phule, he started the demand for the upliftment of these castes that has been marginalized. So main it was brought to the central point at the Ambedkar time, and he challenged the domination of the upper caste. And here you will see that he start advocating for the Dalit and backward class rights. So here you will see. Further, we have seen that some of the concession given by the Government of India Act 1935, and there has been the representation of the many communities in the legislature. And after that, Indian Constitution also provided the relaxation and concession for the different marginalized group, those who have been from the categories such as the SCs and STs. Okay, so we already have if you will go through the different article of our constitution, such as Article 330, 332, 330 to 338, and continuously till 342, you will find that this article are talking about the special right of the different communities. You can open your constitution and refer these articles so that you could have the better clarity. 332 to 340, 342. Please open, this is from the part 16. This is talking about the special provision for relating to the certain classes, and it start with the reservation for the SCs. After that, you will see that it is further for the Anglo-Indians and how much time it will be given. But you will see that the 32, this is talking about the STs. Okay, so SCs, STs, and SCs, STs, that is Lok Sabha in 330, and 330 is reservation into the State Legislative Assembly. So please remember these two articles is very crucial. Then you will see that there has been always controversy with respect to 335. That's talk about if reservation is given to these postage, there should be the the government should always consider the efficiency of administration. However, you will see that there has been the some of the amendment, and this amendment provide the state power for the affirmative action, and by that affirmative action the state can reduce the mark or the evaluation criteria for the SCs and STs. Here you will see. So these are the things that you should remember. Further, there has been the classification, and you will find that the 338, please remember this 338, this is for the National Commission for the SCs, then 338A National Commission for the STs, and 338B, that is for the National Commission for the OBCs, BCs. Okay. So please remember all these things, that these articles 338, this article is very important. This provide a commission constitutional body for the safeguarding the rights of the SCs, STs and OBCs. Okay, so you will see 338 for the National Commission for the SCs, 338A for the National Commission for the STs, and further you will see that the 338B for the OBCs, National Commission for OBCs. Here, okay, this is the old constitution. In the new there has been the addition. So it was in 2019 that we brought the constitutional status of National Commission of Backward Classes. It was statutory before that. We added this National Commission for the Backward Classes after the Indira Sahani case, when the Indira Sahani case asked for the somebody that should provide the guideline for the government for the safeguarding the rights of OBCs, backward classes. Okay, so I hope this is clear to everyone. So here you will see that this commission, the first commission for the recommendation for the welfare measure of OBCs, first it was constituted in the very initial stage of our democracy. This was in 1953, and it was the Kalelkar Commission. So please remember this Kalelkar Commission. This is for the recommendation and welfare of the OBC. This commission was constituted to recommend the government so that the government could take some of the welfare measures. So this is very important. You will see that this Kalelkar Commission, this submitted its report in 1950. In 1950s, it brought number of OBCs. It expected it brought 2,300. So you can see this is the number. And but it was not implemented because there was the lack of political consensus, and there was the vague criteria for the recognition of these communities. You will see that there has been the continuous uh, opposition and the demand, and here you will see that at that time the Home Minister of India, that Govind Ballabh Pant, he criticized the report and calling the caste focus on the dangerous separatism and the threat to the egalitarianism. So you will see that at the time of independence already there was the partition on the ground of religion. Our leaders such as Jawaharlal Nehru or the Govind Ballabh Pant or the Sardar Patel, they did not want that countries again divide, or that there is any chance. They did not want to take any chance for the division among the people on the ground of the caste. So they didn't focus on this, the caste criteria. Here you will see that however there were some of the leaders, they were talking about the rights of the backward classes such as SCs, STs and OBCs. Here you will see that the Ram Manohar Lohia, he criticized the idea of Nehru of the merit. He talked about the you should provide the opportunity to create the merit, because those community who have not been there, those community they did not have been provided with the opportunity. How you can talk about the merit? Merit you can only talk when you provide the equal footing for the race. If there are the three people, and in three people the line of running, one is standing here, this is the upper caste, this is the OBCs and this is the SCs, and you will go for the STs, this line will be back, STs. And you say that yes, there will be the race, who will win? Those who already have standing very forward, because the criteria, the merit you judge on those criteria that these castes are very much advanced. So these are the things. Ram Manohar Lohia started demanding for the 60% of the opportunities should be given to the 90% of the Indians, because he was talking about the 90% of the Indians represented by the SCs, STs and OBCs. They have not been given their opportunity. Most of these 100% of the seats was taken and appropriated by the this caste only. Maximum if it reaching to the OBCs, not going till the level of the SCs and STs. Okay. You will see that when Janata Party came into the power, they constituted the Mandal Commission. Mandal Commission recommended for the 27% reserve seat for the backward classes other than SCs and STs, including SCs and STs. The reservation reached to the 49.5%, because it was 70% from the OBCs and remaining 7.5% for the STs and 15% for the SCs. SCs 50%. Okay, I hope this is clear to the everyone. In 1990s, BP Singh government, they brought it. He brought the implementation of reservation into job. So please be very careful about that. It was not into the educational institution. In educational institution, the reservation was brought in 2005, and it was by the 93rd Constitutional Amendment Act. So please remember 93rd Constitutional Amendment Act, 93rd Constitutional Amendment Act. These brought reservation for OBCs into the educational institution, and this was into the 2005, not 1990. 1990 it was for the job only. Okay, job. Please remember these things. Job, this was in 1990. Please remember this thing. Okay, so here you will see that the latter there was the some of the state government. One of the example is the Bihar government, and that time it was the Karpuri Thakur. Karpuri Thakur, recently we have seen that he has been awarded with the Bharat Ratna, the highest award of the India, Bharat Ratna. This was awarded, and he brought a commission. The name of the commission was the Mungeri Lal Commission, and he was advocating for the reservation, specific reservation for the extremely backward caste and the classes. So he brought the Mungeri Lal Commission, and it was for the Bihar. He was the chief minister of the Bihar. So here you will see. Now we have seen that the recently Samajwadi Party, the seats in the previous election in the UP were 37. So this article is talking about that recently we have seen that this caste demand has been intensified in 2024 elections of the Lok Sabha. And at that particular time, BJP felt that it is due to the caste census demand and on the caste rise, the caste consciousness of the caste that is a rise, and this could be threat to the particularly to the if we are not going to allow for the caste census, and that's why we see that there has been the acceptance. Here you will see that how the opposition leader like the Rahul Gandhi had demanded. He said that this caste census will be the X-ray so that we can know what is the main disease, the main type of the issues that the overall society is facing, and how the caste is going to play the role. Here you will see that the census will not just focus on the OBCs, but will also include the subaltern communities and minorities. There will be the separate column for the different minorities. Recently, we have seen that many of the minorities, those who are not still recognized, they are asking for their separate religion. One of the example was the Veer Lingayat. I hope in the previous classes we have covered all these things. So here you will see that in the case when we were not able to bring the land reform, we know that the land reform was the main agenda after our independence, that we will take the land from those who have the excess landed, such as the Jamidar and those caste who have the dominance in this Jamidari system or the control of the land. So the main aim was that we will bring the ceiling, and those land who are going to be with the government, those will be distributed to the landless people. But there was so much complication due to the right to property into the fundamental rights at the initial stage of our constitution and the independence. Okay, so we failed to bring the land reform, and the economic effort later didn't brought the equality in the society, and that's why the caste basis solution, so that we can bring the caste, we can give them reservation, we can give them reservation in the job, education, also into the representation. That is the main focus area. So here you will see that it will also provide recognition to the some of the communities, such as the denotified and the nomadic communities. Who are the denotified and nomadic communities? Anyone who are online can answer. Who are these denotified and nomadic communities? Please remember, these communities were known as the criminal tribe because they were not following the rules and regulation of the British colonial government, and that's why when the government was not able to control, they brought some of the community as a whole as the criminal communities. Particularly, you will see that some of the communities, such as the Banjaras, they do not have a fixed residential settlement. They always move from one area to the other area. There are other nomadic tribes. They do the jhum cultivation. Jhum cultivation means they cut a patch of the forest area and they do cultivation. They burn the trees and the leaves, and whatever ashes that is remain there, they will use that as the fertilizer, and they will cultivate that land for 3 4 years, and they will leave that land so that it could again get its fertility, and they will shift to the other area. So these were difficult for the Britishers to collect the revenue. So they first tried to settle them in the area, but when they didn't comply with the British demand, they start recognizing these communities as the criminal tribes. Later, when we got the independence, we thought that if we will criminalize the whole of the community, it will create the stereotyping in the society, and that's why we changed the name to the denotified and nomadic communities. So these communities are neither have been recognized into the STs and OBC. So there is demand that these are the communities we should bring into the different categories so that they can get some benefit of this reservation. So please remember, in this census, it is expected that these communities are also recognized. So these are the things, these are the benefits. There could be some of the repercussion, there could be the chances of the caste divide, but the benefits are much more as compared to the repercussion. Next news that we are going to cover is from the Europe, and this news is talking about the George Simeon, the nationalist who topped Romania presidential redo. So there was the elections previously that was rejected, that was declared as the void because of there was the chances of interference from the Russia. Romania, where is the Romania? The question that is coming in your mind, that must be coming. Where is the Romania? This is in the Europe, this is clear. But in the Europe, what are the border where it's making the border with the different countries? So please open your map, political map, and also the physical map, and locate Romania. Locate Romania. So here you will find this Romania is situated here, and this is very close. This is in the area of the eastern side of the Europe. First thing, important border that it is making with the Baltic Sea, Black Sea, sorry. This is the Black Sea, and this is the area this is making with the, this is important. The capital of Romania is the Bucharest. Sometimes it is called as the Budapest as well. Okay. You will see that here the countries in the downside, in the south, it is the Bulgaria, not the Turkey. Turkey is not making border with the Romania. It is the Bulgaria. Okay. Black Sea. This Romania is not making sea with the Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea, this is not making the border with the Romania. It is making with the Bulgaria, but not the Romania. Sofia is the capital of the Bulgaria. Here you will see that the Macedonia is the capital as well as the country of itself. Budapest, okay, so Hungary capital Budapest is here, and this is the Bucharest. Sorry, this is Budapest and Bucharest. They are the different name. The capital of Romania is the Bucharest, and the capital of Hungary is the Budapest. So please remember. The most important thing you should remember is that this is making the border with the Ukraine. Ukraine is in the now is at the war with the Russia. Russia, no border with the Russia to the Romania. So Romania is making border with the two important area, that is the Ukraine and the Black Sea. One more thing you should remember, that this is making the border with the Moldova. Moldova was also in the news because many a times there is the allegation that Romania always interfere in the polity of Moldova. Many a times the claim on the Moldova that is coming from the Russia, Ukraine and the Romania. So these are the things you should remember in this. Physical map. Okay, Bucharest, that is the capital of Romania. Here the Black Sea, state of Kerchi. Here you will see. Azov Sea is here, just above the Crimea. Now it is under the Russia. Previously it was in the with the Ukraine. Kyiv is the capital of Ukraine. So Bucharest and Budapest, they are the different. The capital of Hungary is the Budapest and the capital of Bulgaria is the Bucharest. So name is very similar. You should remember these two things. Carpathian Mountains. Here you will see this is important. This divide the border of this area, eastern side of the Europe and western side of the Europe. Next news that we are going to cover this in this news, this all the things has been covered, that how what has been the leaning of this leader and how he is the very much supportive of the Donald Trump, the current president of US. Okay, recently we have seen that there has been some of the activities that has been considered as the interference in the Moldova. Moldova was the country we have located in map. Here it is given that the stance on the Russia and the NATO, he is a supporter of the being member of the NATO. NATO have 32 member now. Previously it was the Sweden that has been included. The latest member of the NATO has been Sweden. Sweden. Okay, so I think this is clear to the everyone. You should also remember NATO has also member of the North America as well. Two members are from the North America. So whenever anyone asking the question that the NATO only have the members from the Europe, so it will be incorrect. This is the coalition, military coalition, that is of the countries from the Europe. Majority of the countries are from the Europe, but also from the North America. So please remember. GS paper 2. Now we will shift. The first news, Putin's dials Modi to signal support in fight against terror. So this news is talking about the support from the Russian side to the India, and now India is making the diplomatic balancing across the world. We want to support from the Russia as well as US. We also want support from the Islamic countries, Muslim countries such as the Saudi Arabia, UAE, Iran, and also other powerful countries, those who were supporting previously to the Pakistan, now they have the inclination towards India. So we want to isolate Pakistan if in the case there is any chance of the war between India and Pakistan, so that we can get support from these countries. So you will see that there is very tense situation at the border, as well as there is very much chances that the both countries can go on the war. We further see that there has been you will see that India's representation at the Victory Day parade, there has been so many call from our Home Ministry, our Defense Ministry, our Civil Aviation Ministry. They have calling different unit and group, those associated with the security forces, to be prepared, do the drilling. Further, we will see in the latter news all these things. Okay. Here you will see that this is also from the news that tense situation at the between India and Pakistan. This is being recognized by the UN chief, that is Antonio Guterres. He is also accepted that yes, there is the chances this is the most intense situation in the previous 14 years. Okay. So here he's making aware of the both countries that there could be a very dire situation. The situation will go in a place, such a situation that there will be no control from the India or the Pakistan if the war is going to be happen. So these are the things he has warned both countries. But here you will see that what is the stand of India. Our external affairs minister Jaishankar has said that we do not want preachers, we want partners at that particular time. So you can see this is in the case of Europe as well as those international institutions. Okay. Next news, the hurdles to discuss reimagining India's federalism. So mainly this analysis is talking that what are the point where India is a bit, uh, the side of federalism has been impacted. We have seen that despite all that thing, there has been the deepening of the federal tendency in Indian polity or the Indian constitution, or we see that whatever our mechanism of the governance is there at the different layers. So you should know that this federalism is based on the division of power. This division of power that is mainly based on the Schedule 7 of our constitution. Schedule 7 has divided the power between the center and the state. Also, it has provided one list for the concurrent list that can be legislation can be done by the both center and state. So these are the things you should remember. So you should not confuse with the separation of power with the division of power. Here you will see that the seventh schedule that is defining the power between these center and state. However, there has been the challenge due to the different parties ruling the center and the states. This is the main reason we have seen that there has been some of the dispute and conflicting situation. Please remember all this thing. Okay. Now you will see that where we have seen the intense condition and the BJP want to expand. For example, Tamil Nadu, where the presence of BJP is very much low. Kerala, West Bengal, and now we have seen some of the stronghold, some of the presence that is growing in the West Bengal, and also we have seen there has been the growing presence of BJP in Karnataka. Despite the Congress rule, previously it was ruled by the BJP. So please remember all these things. Next important news is from the World Bank and IMF. We have seen that one of our executive member of the IMF that has been expelled by our country, our government. However, there was a vacant seat of in the IMF, and this seat was from the Indian government suspended, particularly expelled the Director General of IMF that was from the India. Now we have replaced him with the Parmeshwaran Iyer. Parmeshwaran Iyer already he is the executive director at the World Bank, but now he has been appointed for the IMF as well. Why we have appointed? Because on the 9th of the May there is an important meeting of the IMF, and they will decide about the loan that is about to be given to the Pakistan on the name of the a climate resilience program. So Pakistan was demanding a loan amount, and the loan amount is 1.3 billion dollar. So now what India want? India want to be this loan should not be given to Pakistan, because our stand is that Pakistan is using this for the terror funding. So these are the things, but see that how the pressure we are going to make on these bodies so that we can prevent this. Here later it is given that why the previous director executive director was suspended, because he has some view that was not taken in good way by the IMF. So he questioned about the IMF data sets. He also brought a book where he alleged for the inappropriate way of promotion for his latest book. So these are the conditions he has been suspended and expelled. Next important news that we are going to take is the messaging from putting IWT. What is the IWT? It is the Indus Water TG in abeyance. What is mean by the abeyance? Abeyance, asthagan. In Hindi, you will see that this is suspended. Not completely we have coming out of this Indus Water Treaty. We have just brought this for the temporary period. If there will be the improvement in the behavior of the Pakistan, we can again reinstate this agreement between India and Pakistan on the Indus water. So what India can do? India maximum utilize this situation to construction of the important project that has been being in the protest, and that was halt due to the protest and the objections from the Pakistan. You will see that why the Pakistan is doing such a thing to escalate the tension with the India. So here you will see that the military is losing the support from the youth, because we have seen that the the scenario after the Imran Khan arrest by the support of the military. So the way youth was supporting the military more than the civilian government, now this is going to reduced, and now military want to come into the center point that they only can protect Pakistan. This is the message they give to their people. So now these type of the things is coming due to this military intervention. Here you will see that if this is going to be in abeyance, this abeyance word is not mentioned in the this Indus Water Treaty. Neither it has been mentioned into the international treaties, particularly the International Treaty on the Vienna. So here it is talking about the what India can do. Already we have discussed in the previous session that India should expedite these projects, such as the project on the Bagalia, that is on the Chenab River, the project on the Kishan Ganga, that is on the I think Satluj River. Where is this? Okay, I think this is given later. We will see that. Bagaliyar, Kishan Ganga, also the Pake, and other areas also where there has been the protest from the Pakistan. They have complaining. Detaining non-citizen and the rule of law. So this article is talking about the detaining the non-citizen and rule of law. Where this coming from? So here you will see that the people who are deemed to the non-citizen, they can be detained under the National Security Act of 1980 and Foreigners Act of the 1946. You should remember that India is not part of the international treaty on the refugees. We have our own national laws and we follow that. So you should know that what is the condition of the citizenship. There are the different way to get the citizenship, and whenever you prove your citizenship, there will be a registry, that is National Register for the Citizens, and this will be the exact proof, exact collections of the database for our citizens. However, this database of NRCs have never been conducted at the India's whole India level, pan India level. It was done in the Assam, and there was so much chaos. And after this chaos, 19 lakh people, they were excluded from the citizenship. Total population is near about 3.3 crore. Out of these 3.3 crore, 19 lakh, you can imagine, whole of the district of this Gorakhpur, where we are here conducting our classes, this whole of the Gorakhpur, whole the people, they will be displaced. They will have to retain if we are going to follow this national register for the citizenship. This is just for the Assam. You can imagine what will happen if we will go for the West Bengal, Odisha, UP. So there could be so much chaos. So that's this was the reason we hold on this national register for the citizens. Okay. What are the method to acquire the citizenship? One is by the birth, second is by the descent, third is by the incorporation of territories in India. Fourth is by the registration, and fifth is by the naturalization. Recently we saw five method. Recently we saw that the government brought the Citizenship Amendment Act. What was that? This was just to expedite, instead of 12 years that is needed to get the citizenship by the registration or the naturalization. So it was reduced to the 5 years by this Citizenship Amendment Act. But the protest erupted due to it was on the basis of the religion. Muslims were not provided; they were excluded from this relaxation from the 12 to the 5 years. That was the main reason for the opposition. You will see all this area has been discussed. Next important thing, talk about the Samyukta Maharashtra, how a linguistic movement built a state. Here you will see that the 1 May is also the Labor Day, and 1 May is also, this is the state formation day for the Maharashtra. So Maharashtra did, celebrate this as the their state day. Okay. So here you will see that the International Labor Day, and must acknowledge the contribution of the Lok Sahib, Anna Bhau Sathe, and Dr. Ambedkar in the reorganization of the states, particularly this Maharashtra. So here it is given that how this there was a dispute between the Gujarat and the Maharashtra. Both states wanted the separate state on the basis of their language. However, it was not provided at the initial stage. It was provided in 1960. You will see that there was so much violence when there was the demand for the separate Andhra Pradesh from the Madras province, and there was the death of one of the very famous leaders at the state level. That was the uh, uh, Potti Sriramalu. Okay. So he died after the hunger strike, and after that there was so much violence. Then we created the state of Andhra Pradesh. Later we saw that there was such demand again that was coming from the Gujarat and the Maharashtra region to make a separate state on the language of the Gujarat for the Gujarati, and Maharashtra for the Marathi language. Okay, so you should remember all these things. So in the last 1960 it was accepted. Next important news that we are going to take is from the GS paper 3. The first news is the amid tension at the border, Indian Air Force Chief meet PM. So you will see that such type of the thing that will be continuously go on. Our Navy Chief Admiral, that is the Dinesh Kumar Tripathi, remember these names. Chief Defense Staff, that is the coordinating body among the three services chief, and it is the Anil Chauhan. So please remember these names. Here it has given the dam, the project for the hydropower project, Bagalyar Dam, that is on the Chenab, and it is the Kishan Ganga, that is on the Jhelum. So please remember these two. These are the very important project that has been on the hold for the very long time, and this was particularly the objection from the Pakistan side. This is not possible to use this Indus water as the weapon. However, what we can do for our benefit, our power project, we can complete all these things. Continuous skirmish. Skirmish means there is the small firing and the bombing, small. That is the skirmish that is continuously going on our border. Beside that, you will see that the Home Ministry directed state to conduct civil defense drill. So all the state and even at the village level. So you can imagine what is the situation. We are preparing our people at the village level that whenever there will be if the war is going on, how they should be learned, they should train themselves to operationalize air raid warning signs, crash blackout measures, evacuation plans, camouflaging, vital installation, and establishing a hotline with the Indian Air Force. These are the things we are going to train our civilians. So if you are going to train our civilians on camouflaging of our vital infrastructures installments, what could be the vital installments infrastructure? Like the wherever the main body, that is governing body, such as the Jal board, power electricity power hydroelectricity power centers, and power centers wherever there will be the this electricity power is generated and distributed, the main center that we will protecting from the any of the attack. If there will be the attack, they will be attacking our main installment, like the our legislature buildings, our executive buildings, like the secretariat. They will attack our the sources such as the nuclear power plants. They can also attack our hydroelectric plants, all these things, wherever we provide the main source, main point of the distribution for different areas, different services. So all these will be attacked, our airports, our bus station, railway station, all these will be the target when there will be the attack. So we will camouflaging, and our civilians, they will be trained how they have to black out. You have to switch off all the lights so that in the night they cannot recognize from the aeroplane that whether there are the people outside or the habitation. So whenever there is the attack, they identify that yes, there is a habitation, we should bombing. So these are the things that we are teaching to our particularly training to our civilians and those who are into the border area. So you can imagine what is the label of the intense situation between India and Pakistan. So there are the chances that we can go for the war if the situation doesn't de-escalate. Next news, in this remote MP hamlet, unprecedented civic push follows a horrific crime. So this is mainly talking about that. There is a village. The name of this village is the Duglai. Duglai is a village, and this is the case history. This is in the Balghat district of the Madhya Pradesh. So this was a forest area, tribal area in the deep forest, and in the deep forest, this area was affected by the Maoism, left wing extremism. So here, due to the influence of left-wing extremism, there was no developmental work, no electricity till previous decade. There was no road connectivity, nothing was there. And this area, that was mainly this village, was mainly residing, main population was tribal population. And the condition was given that recently we have seen that there was the marriage ceremony from there. The one of the tribal family, they were coming with their family members. There were some of the girls and women, and the adjacent neighbor village, that was the dominant village, that was not under the this left-wing extremism. There was already development, and that was the dominant population in that village. From that village, few people came, they chased and they attacked this tribal family, and they also raped the girls and women. So this is the situation. The thing is that here this article is this news is emphasizing that previously whenever there was attack or anything, those communities from these tribal communities, they always were going to the tribal the Maoist for the resolution or for the justice. For the now, this time they have approached to the police station. So this is talking about that the now this left wing extremist area, they are now putting their trust into the government machinery, police station and the police. So this is good for the government, and already government has now declared many of these areas from the intense left-wing impacted area to the now the only area of the concern. So here you will see these people were belonging from the Gond tribe. They were the Gondi speaking. Now here it is given that this was under the intense left-wing extremist area. Now they have brought it under the, and now this has given that government has started work on the development, such as this is shown that the electrification infrastructure for the electrification is going on, and we see that the electric wires, they have been being installed, the electric pole, they have been being installed there. So this is the good news that we are reducing the area impacted by the left wing extremism. You can give one of the example, and this is also good for the this is being a good sign of the trust building. So there will be the soft power as well as hard power that we have to take so that we can resolve this left wing extremism events. Here you will see that the next news, this is talking about the one more child dies of the rabies, Kerala's exchange into the ABC rule. Here you will see that the already we have a vaccination for the rabies, but the two of the cases that is coming from the Kerala where there has been the dog bite, and those one girls two both girls they were already vaccinated by the rabies vaccine. However, there has been despite all this thing there is the death of the both. So this is showing that the efficacy of and effectiveness of this vaccine. There has been the question whether where is the fault line, what has been the error in these both. So this is the thing you should know that this rabies, this is the zoonotic disease, this is coming from the animals, and this is not from the only dogs. That could be, this could be also due to the bite of the other animals like the cattles or the fox. Okay, so they if they bite, there is the chances that the rabies is there. So rabies could be impacting, the symptom can be visible very soon as well as it can take a long time. So these are the things you will see that the animal birth control, that is the main preventive thing that we are doing. So we are not only controlling this animal birth control so that we can reduce the number, because we have seen that the lot of such attack from these dogs, stray dogs, and these mainly the target are the children. The next news that is talking about the Assam villagers oppose transfer of grazing field for the logistic park. So this is the one of the example that there is always conflict between the development and the environment. So there has been the one of the project. This is for the logistic park. What are the logistic parks? Logistic parks, they provide the transportation and mainly for the trade. So these provide the rolling on, rolling off facilities. They provide the containers so that there could be the easily shifting of these different products from the one vehicle to the other vehicle. It could be the different mode of the vehicle, like the from the truck to the railway, and railway to the again truck, or it could be the ships or the boats. So these logistic parks, they also provide for the warehouses and also provide for the documentation facility, so that if there is the trade, and there could be if there is the trade that is for the export, so documentation thing can be done here. Mainly logistic parks, they are the connectivity and the connectivity for the trades of the goods and different products. Okay, so here you will see that if the logistic park we are going to make, and this was proposed on a common land where the lot of near about 21 surrounding villages, they have the dependency for the grazing of their cattle. Okay, so it is very much important for the livelihood of these residents, and they are opposing because these are the mainly Doorbell Village Grazing Field Protection Convening Committee. So they are opposing because it is going to impact at least more than 3,000 of the family. So these are the situations where we have to shift this type of the logistic parks in the infertile lands. It is not necessary that you make, but the government always go for this type of the land because they are with the government. They do not need for the acquisition. If you will go for the private land to acquire, lot of money is needed from the government side. So government prefer this. However, this is not sustainable for the long time. They are going to impact the overall environmental, climatic, and ecological condition of the surrounding area. People will get affected by the drought situation. Water table can go down if you are going to build up this on your grazing land or the wetland. So this grazing land is very much adjacent to the fragile wetland as well. Wetland, this is very much important for the storage of the water, diversity of the different species in these areas. So please remember all these things. Next important news, activists ask center to withdraw genome editing rice varieties. So rice varieties recently have been introduced, and there has been the two of these rice variety, but the government introduced so that we can enhance the productivity. However, those who are from the environmental activists, they are opposing this. They are talking of the there could be the some of the bad impact on the human health as well as the health of the soil. Beside that, this could also impact the diversity of the area. So they are talking about that this could also reduce the diversity of the rice variety as well. So there has been the position again, development with the ecology, how we have to balance. Again, this is a conflicting area when the diversity and ecology conflict with the developmental projects. So these are the important area that we already have covered. Again, there has been this redrawing of the not so pretty energy footprint of AI. This is mainly talking about the how there could be the increased demand due to the AI development, and this AI development will increase the demand for the electricity, and that's why we should prepare ourselves so that we can shift the demand that is coming from the AI to the that is we can take this demand, we can fulfill that demand from the renewable energy. So wherever there will be the data center, we should shift this data center to the those areas that are the resource rich into the renewable energy sources, solar energy, wind energy, or we can also install these small modular reactors. Beside that, mainly where it will take this energy into the graphic processing unit. So these are the area where there will be the lot of electricity will be needed, and this data center point will have the large patches of the land, so they can easily install this renewable energy. So these are the things that has been covered from the today's news. Please go through the notes that we will share with you. Here we will conclude our session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best. Jai Hind.